Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a game day favorite as the Super Bowl approaches, and that's burgers. But here's the difference. I'm going to teach you how to make the best low-carb, grain-free burger bun, and it's going to be so good that you're not even going to want to eat a real burger bun anymore. Let's get started. All right, for the ingredients you're going to need, and I'll include all of the measurements below in the description. We're gonna need almond flour, shredded low moisture mozzarella cheese, cream cheese, and this is the full fat cream cheese, baking powder, and 2 eggs. This is all gonna be for the dough itself. And then for the glaze is gonna be 1 egg and sesame seeds. All right, first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and pre-line with parchment paper a baking tray. So I've already done that right here. I'm just gonna set this aside and we're gonna start working on our mozzarella cheese and cream cheese mixture. So we're gonna take the cream cheese and we're gonna put it in the bowl with the mozzarella. All right, there we go. All right, and for 20 seconds at a time, you're gonna put it in the microwave and see as it melts. And as you see that it's melting, you're gonna whisk it together until you get a nice and smooth blended mixture. Okay, so that was 100 seconds. You can see that it's already starting to melt a little bit. So let's try to mix this as much as we can, just to start getting the mixture together. And then we're gonna put it back in the microwave. All right, we're gonna put it back in the microwave. All right, I just took it out of the microwave. That took a total of about 2 minutes. And then we're gonna make sure that's all mixed together. And it's gonna start to look something like a dough ball already. All right, so that is what it's gonna look like. All right, and we're gonna set this aside and let it cool slightly before we move on to the next step. All right, now we're gonna mix our ingredients together. First, we're gonna put in our dry ingredients. So the almond flour and the baking powder. All right, and then we are just gonna whisk those 2 together. All right, and then now we're gonna take the cheese mixture that we just made, and we're gonna put that into the bowl. And now we're gonna start mixing. So we're gonna make sure that the flour is now kneading into the cheese. And you're just gonna keep kneading this until everything is combined. And it's gonna make a firm dough. You're welcome to use gloves when you do this. I like to do things without gloves. Okay, now that our dough is done, it's gonna look something like this. And you can do this in a food processor if you'd like. That might be a little easier. I prefer to do it by hand. And we're gonna now start rolling our dough into the actual burger buns. So we're gonna take some almond flour and just lightly flour your surface. All right, put that aside. Spread the flour out. All right, and we're gonna take our dough and we're gonna transfer it to our floured surface. Okay, now we're gonna put some water onto our hands, just a little bit. And that's to prevent some stickiness. So I just have a bowl of water here. And we're gonna now knead this dough just a little bit onto the floured surface until it stops being as sticky as it was. And as you can see, now our dough has changed texture a little bit. I mean, it looks just like real dough. Again, it shouldn't be sticky at all. If it's sticky, keep rolling it very gently until it stops being that sticky. Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna take our tray with the parchment paper and we're gonna start separating this larger dough into 6 burger buns. So just know this makes 6 buns. If you have more people that you're serving, or you're just gonna have more burgers, or you wanna make extra to store, then just increase the actual proportions that I have in the description. Okay, now that I've separated it into 6 even pieces, take each bun and you're just gonna roll it like this. All right, and we're gonna make a perfect little sphere, and we're just gonna place that on the parchment paper. And you can do that with the rest of them. All right, next step. We're gonna flatten these out just a little bit. So just press down a little until they form kind of like a little patty. Okay, that looks good. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our egg and we're gonna beat the egg. This is gonna be our egg wash. This is to give a nice glaze to the top. All right, now that we have our egg wash, take a brush. It's just a silicone brush. And you're gonna dip in and you're just gonna brush the top of each of these buns here. Not too much, but just so the whole top and the sides are glazed. Now that that's done, we're gonna set that aside. All right, and for my burger bun topping, I'm gonna do sesame seeds. You can do whatever you want. You can do no toppings if you want. You can do the everything bagel seasoning, sesame seeds, a little bit of, I don't know, garlic if you want. Whatever you want as your topping is fine. Let's do some sesame seeds for this. And we're gonna put just a little on, not too much. All right, guys. Let's now take our buns and we're gonna put them in the oven for 14 to 17 minutes. Check at 14. If they still need some time cooking, leave it all the way for the full time. All right, see you at the end. All right, guys, these are our buns. They smell amazing. They smell so cheesy, so tasty. And even the texture is just perfect. I mean, it is exactly like a real bun. All right, now that those are done, we're gonna set them aside and start working on our burgers. All right, let's get started on our burgers. So we're gonna take, this is 80% lean ground beef. This is our seasoning for the beef. It's gonna be onion powder, paprika, salt and pepper, super simple. And then for our toppings, we're gonna have tomato, lettuce, and cheese. This is Swiss cheese. And these are all for our special sauce. So let's get started. So we're gonna take our stovetop and heat it to medium heat. Okay, and we're gonna put a cast iron skillet on and let that heat up. I've already diced some onions. So we just have it here set aside. It's about 1/4 of an onion. Okay. Now that our pan is nice and hot, we're gonna take about 1.5 tablespoons of butter and let that melt in the pan. And now we can take our diced onion and put that in. Stir that a little. We're gonna saute our onion until we see it starts to get translucent and gets a nice golden brown color. Okay, and we're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. And stir that up a little. That looks done. Let's turn off our heat. And we're gonna transfer this to a separate container to use for our sauce. Now let's mix our sauce. All right, let's start cooking our patties. We're gonna heat our stove on medium-high heat. Okay. Check to make sure the fire is not too hot. Perfect. And after that heats up, we're gonna put some butter on and let that melt and then put our patty on. Okay, we're gonna let that cook on one side until we start to see some browning start to rise to the top. When we see it about halfway, we can go ahead and flip our burger. All right, I'm starting to see some browning come up on one side and the burger is freely moving on the pan. So we're gonna flip it over now. Take it and flip. All right. And let that cook on that side as well. All right, and now we can put some cheese on. So we're gonna lower the heat all the way down. We're gonna take our cheese, and just put it over the top, just until we see it melted, and then it's done. All right, guys, here's our assembled burger. It looks so good. It looks so juicy and tasty. It smells amazing in here, especially with those cheesy buns that we just made. And the best part is, this is all guilt-free, all low carb, grain-free, and something that you can enjoy all the time. I'm gonna do a little cross section here. All right, oh my God, that looks so good. Now we're gonna try it. Excuse me, this is gonna be a little messy, but this is a game day favorite, okay? So we're gonna enjoy everything about it. Oh my God, that's so good. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below what's your favorite game day meal. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to never miss a tasty upload. Till next time.